Hello, Miss Amores, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having an amazing day. And today, it's Christmas time. I think we might be a little early this year, but last year and the year before that and the year before that, we weren't, I think. So this time I wanted to get a head start and also give myself the opportunity to make even more Christmas videos, or recipes rather, because obviously we're in the kitchen. And also, I think, didn't the owner of Christmas, as in Mariah Carey, say it's Christmas time? It's time! I think we're good. That said, today I wanted... well, I've been craving cookies recently, and I think we all, and if not all, then we should all, love cookies. And so for this video, I decided I wanted to bake Christmas cookies from different countries all over the world. And so again, I'm starting this early so that maybe, if you guys want to, I can try Christmas cookies from other countries as well. So this is your chance to tell me in the comments down below which country I should do next, which Christmas cookie from which country I should do. Also, I'm clearly making it my mission to wear something that I have made in the previous video, or in a video before I'm wearing it. Anyway, we're starting off this video with something basic. Something that I've never done before though, but I think it's a cookie we all know. Have I ever even tried it? I'm talking about gingerbread man cookies. Probably every country has like a version of it. Every country, yeah. But we're trying the American version now. For that, I actually got I got cookie cutters for this video, and I thought they had gingerbread man cookie cutter thingies, but no. I'm sad. I'm sad. Sit back down.
I'm sad.
We shall get started because this dough has to rest. And I want to rest at some point, so let's get started. Here is what you'll need, and please Americans don't come for me. I'm making an American recipe, so this is legit. And because I will be making 3 types of cookies today, I will only make little amounts of each dough so that none of it goes to waste, obviously.
Why would you think it goes to waste?
You'll have enough. And I have really weird amounts of everything. So this is 187.5 grams of flour, 82.5 grams of dark brown sugar. This isn't dark brown, is there a difference? 85 grams of butter. Okay, here comes a bit of a problem, because the recipe calls for molasses. That is not that common here in Germany. So I researched an alternative, and apparently it's this, which is very typical, I feel like, in older generations. This is 100% sugar beet. This is 100% unnecessary. Here we've got 125 grams of, this sugar beet syrup thingy. 1 tablespoon of milk, a little bit more than a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/2 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/2 tablespoon of ground ginger. Obviously we need a frosting. 120 grams of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk. That isn't milk, but you also need a tablespoon of milk. Okay, let's go. In this bowl, we shall mix the flour, the brown sugar, the spices, and baking soda. I'm using a fork for this because I always do, but this time because I don't have a pastry blender to incorporate the butter, which I'm now going to use this fork for. Apparently we need to incorporate it until the mixture resembles fine meal. This looks perfect. Now onto our liquid or wet ingredients. Don't put it all in at the same time. We're gonna form it into a ball now. Let's wrap it in cling foil. And this will go either into the freezer for 20 minutes, or into the fridge for 2 hours, or even overnight. Next step is really easy. We're just gonna roll out the dough to 1 centimeter of thickness and cut out our gingerbread man, or whatever form we're gonna use. Nice, that's going great. So again, this is the book that I'm currently reading. We don't have gingerbread men. We've got hearts, mushrooms, stars. I'm gonna make angels. Oh, guys, preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. Oh, I should know by now. I think 170.
Born
is it so delicate? You're not a Taylor Swift song. I've never listened to that song. I think these angels are kind of ugly. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Okay, I'll somehow have to find space in the fridge now because they're gonna have to go in there for another 5 minutes. Bake the cookies until set in the center and the dough barely retains an imprint when touched very gently with fingertips. 8 to 11 minutes, depending on the size of your cookie cutter. Do not overbake. So I think I'll bake them for 6 minutes, seeing as though mine are very small. Ta-da! Our gingerbread men, or bells and angels, or whatever this form is supposed to be, are maybe done. They're cool now because I took them out of the oven a couple of hours ago. They don't look great. They look like shit. But luckily, this is what we've got a frosting for. Looks like leather. I don't know, it also feels like it. They're thinner than they were before, which is weird. Okay, I honestly don't know what I did here, but we've got these two thingies going on now, which is not that pretty. Oh no. Let's do the angels. We move on to our second batch of cookies. From the United States, we go back to Europe, to one of our neighboring countries. My neighboring countries, you don't all live in Germany. Anyway, it's Austria. I feel like, especially in Germany, you can't really spell Christmas cookies without cookies from Austria. If you don't know that fact, then educate yourself. Or I'm here to educate you. Our next cookies are Linzer Augen, is what they're called in German. I think in English they're just called Linzer Cookies. These are very typical cookies. I think you see them everywhere here in Germany. I don't think I've ever made them myself, maybe once. Here's what you need for Linzer Augen. 150 grams of flour, 100 grams of butter, 50 grams of powdered sugar, a little bit of lemon zest, and also vanilla sugar. Just put a little bit of vanilla in there. 50 grams of less than 50 grams of almonds, 1 egg yolk, and a pinch of cinnamon if you want. And lastly, red currant jam. It's very easy to make this dough. You get a bowl, put in the flour, and put in the rest of the ingredients. That is very dry. A very simple dough that we're now gonna put into the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes. Es tiempo para roll out the dough. 2 to 3 millimeters. Okay, now about the cookie cutters. So call me born, call me cookie cutter, call me what you want. As a matter of fact, just say line, don't stood up. Cause I know who I am, yeah, I'm still the same. I stuttered. There are special Linzer cookie cutters. I don't have that, but it's important to have a bigger one and a smaller one. You're just gonna take the big one, do the cookie cutter thing, and now on half of these, I'm gonna cut out the middle one with this smaller cookie cutter. In an ideal world, this one would be even smaller. And now we're gonna take out the middle part. I didn't think that would be so hard. So technically this is easy because your dough is not as soft as mine. Just let it harden a little while longer in the fridge. Okay guys, this isn't working. I'm gonna put this back into the freezer for a couple of minutes. Here we go again, and here's to hoping that the dough will work a little better with me now. Okay, yes, this is way better. Okay guys, mine do not look very pretty. And also this is way too big for this baking tray. But yeah, we're gonna put them in the oven now. I'm done with them. We're gonna bake them for 10 to 12 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. They have cooled down a little bit, but not too long. They look rough and also a bit burned. On the stars that do not have little stars, we have to put our red currant. Let's not put it on there. No jelly. Okay, you've got this star. Now you take jelly and put it on top. Wow. Fantastic, amazing, never been done before. Now you take one of these burned ones and put it on top and then put them away to cool. I think we're just gonna put a bit of powdered sugar on top in the end so that they don't look so burned. And finally, it is time for our last cookie recipe. For that one, we're gonna fly back to North America. We're gonna celebrate Christmas in Mexico. We're gonna make galletas de boda, or galletas de nuez también. Also, galletas de boda means wedding cookies actually, but apparently they're eaten throughout holiday season. I don't know how they got their name. Actually, I did know. I did read that, but that was then and this is now. You know, the other name is galletas de nuez, which means nut. So these are also nutty cookies. We are gonna use almonds again. Without further ado, here's what you need for our Mexican Christmas cookies. 136 grams of flour, 113 grams of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 70 grams of almonds, 60 grams of sugar, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of cinnamon. And that's it already. Are we ready? Then get yourself a bowl. We're gonna just mix the butter until it is fluffy. I'm so stupid. It has to be 50 grams of powdered sugar. We're now gonna add the powdered sugar to our butter. And now mix it together. Now we can add the vanilla. Now we're gonna mix it very well for 1 to 2 minutes. Let's now also add the salt and the cinnamon. Put that aside for a second. Now let's mix our flour and our almonds in a bigger bowl preferably. And bit by bit, we're gonna add that to our butter mixture. Looks very crumbly, huh? For these, we don't need cookie cutters. Sorry, Tori Kelly.
Like you don't care at all.
We just take a little bit of our dough and we're basically gonna form it into little balls. And that's it. Ta-da-da-da-da! 18, 2, 4, 6, 20, 20. Why do I have more than her even though I made half the amount? So I guess they're supposed to be probably double the size. By the way, I'm following a YouTube tutorial, which I'm also gonna link in the description down below. These will go into the oven now for 15 to 80 minutes at, again, 175 degrees Celsius. I might put mine in for like 14 minutes, seeing as though apparently they're way smaller than they're supposed to be. And we're back. They're out of the oven. They're a little bit potentially burned, but we're gonna cover all of that with powdered sugar now. No one will know. Just cover them. Now comes the part I think we've all been waiting for. We need to crown a winner. Okay, granted, we can really only judge my version of these cookies. Haven't eaten in a while, so that might help with how much I like them. Let's start with the first one that we made and also the ugliest ones. I think it's safe to say that, yeah, they're very ugly. My gingerbread men cookies that are not gingerbread men. They look very chewy. Again, I don't think I've ever really had American gingerbread man cookies, so I'm not sure about the texture, like how it's supposed to be. But according to the recipe and what it said in there, this actually seems right. They definitely have an interesting texture. Not sure about the chewiness. Clearly I could have done without the frosting, but I feel like that's also essential. They taste good. The spices really work well together. It's just really nice. Very Christmassy. With the right texture, these are really good. Can they compare to the next two ones? Will they be better? Will they be worse?
Find out after this commercial break.
Let's look at our Linzer Ice cookies. They're by far the prettiest ones out of the bunch. Even I think if I had made proper gingerbread man cookies, they just look like the perfect Christmas cookie, to be honest. Clearly I can't wait, I just want to bite into them. Really good. These taste like Stocko standard Christmas cookies that everyone makes here in Germany. Not everyone, but like really great, really nice. Not super special. I mean, I've grown up with this flavor. I don't know why I was expecting something else. Okay, let's clean our palette. I think it's clean. As I think you guys know by now, I love Latin American cuisine. So I'm sure that I'm gonna love them. Otherwise, I will be sad. I feel like it's gonna be sandy. Very nice. You don't get a lot of almond though. These are very dry, but I think that might be due to me overcooking them. Something tasted really salty just then. I actually don't mind the dryness. The only thing that I don't like about, I really like them. I just feel like it lacks another flavor dimension. They taste rather plain. Plain is not the right word. I just feel like they're asking for another flavor in there. They're really good. I could eat all of them up. No, actually, maybe. It is hard to find a winner here. They're all really good. I think out of all of them, the gingerbread man cookies are definitely the worst, but like my version of them. And honestly, there's also no need to compare, like they can all be great, yada yada yada. I don't know, I really like the Galletas de Boda, but this another flavor dimension that the Linzer cookies do have with the jelly, I feel like that's missing. So I think the Linzer cookies are my favorite out of the bunch. Which ones are your favorite?
These are my favorite. The gingerbreads are on my last place, because they're too spicy for me.
With that, we have traveled around the world. I mean, not really. We have been to 3 countries, 2 of them in North America. We can go to other places. You just gotta inspire me with names of those countries. Okay guys, definitely make all of them. Period. It's time for me to take out the trash. And by that I mean actually take out the trash. And that said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Y entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye.